Welcome back to day 5 of my Disney World July 2020 vacation. Today we're headed to Animal Kingdom. With it being day 5, I was completely exhausted. If I thought I was tired on day 4, day 5 I was exhausted. Since I was so tired, I really just spent the first few hours exploring. Animal Kingdom is truly the most beautiful park, especially when you have the time to notice all the little trails and all the little details. And that's what I tried to do today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the scenery with me. Much like turning the corner and seeing the Cinderella Castle in Magic Kingdom, I love turning the corner and seeing the Tree of Life. This isn't the only time I took a break to look at the Tree of Life. It can be seen throughout the entire park, and every angle has different animals carved into the trunk. It was nice to take the time and really explore the park and see all the details that Joe Rohde and his team put into this park. And although I couldn't play the background ambient noises due to copyright issues and the music mixed in, it was so fun to actually be able to hear the ambient sounds of Animal Kingdom. They have put so much thought into every aspect of the environment. I was about to leave Africa when I spotted out of the corner of my eye the Fichua fellow. If you veer to the right, away from Rafiki's Planet Watch, right at the entrance of Harambe Market. I love a good Instagram wall. Now it was time to explore Asia. I was headed to Everest for my first ride of the day. Of course, I took my time getting there. After all, this is one of my favorite selfie spots in the whole park. That's an Animal Kingdom good morning. I made it to Everest. Time to go see the Disco Yeti. The main animatronic of the Yeti on the Everest ride has pretty much been broken since the first year it opened, so they just do a little strobe light on him to create a disco effect. That's why I call him Disco Yeti. Broken animatronic or not, I gotta admit, my ride on Everest scared me. I just rode Everest, and I was the only person on the whole train, not in the car, on the entire train, and it scared the crap out of me. It was time to change the vibe and head on over to Dino-Rama. The whole carnival atmosphere just picks your spirit up. My kids loved this part of the park when they were younger. I was ready for another thrilling ride, so I headed over to Dinosaur, one of the scariest rides really in all 4 parks. It doesn't sound like it'd be that scary, but it's really executed very well. I'm glad my kids did not ride it until they were ready. Please don't force your kids to ride this ride if they're going to be scared by the dinosaurs jumping out at them.
Transport field, and boom, you're back with 1 additional passenger, extra large. And don't worry about that asteroid. You'll be in and out of there before it even breaks the atmosphere. Trust me, what could go wrong?
Here's the view from up top. I was waiting to go down in the elevator. I was exiting Dinosaur and came through Chester and Hester's Gifts. Normally in the summer I just run through here, and today I actually looked up. Found another place they're doing pin trading and scored a Haunted Mansion crest like the plaque that's outside the ride. So excited! Always made my kids pose for photos there. Animal Kingdom has always been a favorite park of the family, and I think partly due to its smaller size, that by the time we always got to Animal Kingdom, the kids were excited to have a half-day park. Headed back to Discovery Island. Always keep your eyes open. You never know when characters will be passing by. There's Donald and Daisy. And here's a peek back at where we came from. Dino-Rama. This is how you would enter from Discovery Island before we actually entered from the Asia side of the park. And this is straight off of Discovery Island into Dino Land. The park had only been open a few hours. I'd already ridden 2 rides and been through most of the lands. I was really enjoying having the time to see everything. and see it twice if I wanted to. Here we head back into Asia through the main entrance. I had seen the prayer garden earlier in the day and never noticed the fence and stones as well. It's amazing what you noticed the next time you go through. Here's the Tree of Life again, from a different angle this time. It was getting time for lunch, so I headed towards Pandora, making my way through Africa. And who did I hear coming?
Hey there! Look over to the Discovery River. It's Mickey and his pals.
Those are not the sounds of Florida. And the lampposts change as well. Now they all look a little more like seed pod leaves. When I saw the line for flights of passage was 25 minutes, I got in that line. The entire land of Pandora is stunningly beautiful, but my favorite part is the ride queue for flights of passage. I've never been in love with a ride queue before, but I love this ride queue. The day glow portion of the queue is beautiful, but it really doesn't photograph well with my camera. So this is really all you get. Now we're in the lab. It's full of so much, including a full-size avatar animatronic.
Human DNA and Navi DNA. Once we match you to an avatar, thanks to a special link chair, your mind will be able to control that avatar. Using avatars to fly this way was all figured out by my boss, Dr. Jackie Ogden. She leads her...
You exit the ride right into the hub of Moir Valley. I was headed to Satuli Canteen for lunch. As I've mentioned before, I love a good Instagram wall. This is the multicolored moss wall of Pandora. You may recognize the mechanical suit from the movie Avatar. The theming of the land is that it's been many, many years since the army tried to take over Pandora, and now nature is reclaiming all those objects. We made it to Satuli Canteen. And here's my child-sized portioned lunch of a cheeseburger pod and blueberry cheesecake. Sometimes I find it difficult to eat in Florida's heat, but this was so delicious. The blueberry cheesecake is ultimately delicious, but a little bit hard to get into. After lunch, it was time to explore the land a little more and find the Navi River journey. Here we are, the entrance to the Navi River journey. The ride is spectacular, but unfortunately we got the B show and not the real animatronic. You may recognize this area. We've seen it before. But in true Disney fashion, if you just step up a little bit further, look down, you have a completely different view. As much as I loved my trip to Pandora, I did miss out on seeing the whole land at night when it lights up with its bioluminescence. That's truly an awe-inspiring experience, and luckily I've had it before. So on this day, I just tried to take in as much as I could with the small crowds. And I rode Flights of Passage a number of times. You'll see that in the next video. I'm making my way through Harambe Village on my way to Kilimanjaro's safaris. It's actually quiet enough that you can hear the ambient noises that the Imagineering designed for this area. Unfortunately, I always have to go back to the pre-recorded music because Disney loves their copyrights. I finally made it to Kilimanjaro Safaris.
They do have this striping pattern. Well, that is because the stripes break up their silhouette and makes it much more difficult for predators to spot them in the trees, especially at nighttime. Now, one of my favorite things about those bongos, though, is they are so heavily pigmented. If you touch their coat, it turns your hands orange. They're pretty amazing using their big beaks to scoop stuff up. And look at that, I guess I'm swimming along with them. Are pretty incredible animals. They do breathe air just like us, but they can actually sleep underwater. And we're getting a good example of much darker brown and have very splotchy spots. A really easy way to remember it is Maasai giraffes have minty spots. I'm seeing two younger females that are right about 2 years old. Buffalo females that are in the trees that are premature. All kinds of wildebeest too. Couple little baby flamingos in there as well. They are gray. They are really, really fluffy. And it's kind of surprising. They are gray. They do not start to turn pink until they're 1.5 or even 2 years old. That's when they will start to eat things like shrimp and algae. That gives them that beautiful pink color. And we can see a couple adults here. They are eating.
One of the best perks of the low crowds while I was visiting, actually being able to take my time on the trails after the safari. Rafiki's Planet Watch was up next, or at least the train ride over there and back. Arrived at the station just in time to see the last train departing, but it wouldn't take long for a train to arrive for me. And here it is. just sitting all by myself. Headed to Rafiki's Planet Watch. I've pretty much done everything in the park, and it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm just going to enjoy myself the rest of the day. I rode the train out to Rafiki's Planet Watch, and then I just stayed on it and rode it right back. I've done Rafiki's Planet Watch before. It's a lot of fun and very informative. But today I was getting a little bit worn out and honestly just wanted to head back to Pandora. I've ridden Flights of Passage 3 times today, and I'm heading back for ride number 4. There it is. You can tell the sunlight's changed, and it's my 4th trip into the Rookery.
And we're here in the Valley of Moara studying banshees and their environment.
5th trip.
And flying on its back is an incredibly important rite of passage they call.
It is day 5. I went to Animal Kingdom. I had the best day, and it wasn't even 5 o'clock yet, so I made a trip to World of Disney. The line was way too long on Saturday and Sunday, so this is a Wednesday. Way easier to get inside. And then I stopped at the Polite Pig for some takeout, and Erin McKenna's Bakery for some dessert. And I might have thrown a cookie in from the Polite Pig as well. This is my favorite way to spend my Animal Kingdom night. And I got the puzzle set for the Haunted Mansion poster. Oh, my bag just fell over. Let's see what else is in here. A Marie. Is it cute? adorable with the big bow and the big eyes. And since they were a 2-4 deal, I got the Cheshire Cat. I was in a cat mood. I'm allergic to real ones, so these are really the only cats I can have. And I always love to find something useful while I'm there. And this time I got a big old chip chip. Oh! Almost dropped it, but the bag saved it. As you can tell, the spring is very springy. It's a magnet as well and can go on the refrigerator. And the last thing I found is a set of Mickey dominoes. And look at that, there's little Mickey ears for the handle. And these little buttons. And then on the dominoes, instead of having dots, they have little Mickey heads. I just come back to the hotel, enjoy my takeout food, enjoy everything I bought. It's just nice to relax before the last park day. And with being Epcot tomorrow, they open the latest, so I'll get to sleep in a little as well. It's just nice to relax a little bit. Even when it's at Disney and it's all go, go, go Disney World. If you liked this bit of pixie dust from a Texan, be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel, Texie Dust. Here's more content you can click on right now.